Matt Schlapp, and her bio reads faith, family, country, freedom, Ephesians 6:11, host of At CPAC Now, America Uncanceled, former White House strategic senior advisor for President Trump, and wife of sexual assaulter and cock kleptomaniac Matt Schlapp, who is now an expert in the United States of America calling out sexual assault. Are you fucking kidding me, conservative MAGA Christian world?
What is going on YouTube? That right there was a clip you've just heard from the ladies of I've Had It, and I'll be using a lot of their reporting in this video. But this video is to cover how Democrats deal with law and order versus MAGA Republicans and white MAGA men and GOP in general. The shit makes me so mad. The hypocrites that they are have always been projecting, have always lied, and always deflect to blame things on other people. And so it broke out yesterday about Swalwell. Swalwell was swallowing as many women as he possibly could get his hands on. And what happened? A lot of the women came out to talk about his behavior, and within 48 hours, the Democrats X his ass, got rid of him. But here's the problem. If he was a Republican, they would be coming out saying, now remind you, the Republicans are supposed to be the party of morals, the party of Christian values. And obviously, people who believe that shit, they're either so dug in on the coat, or they're either so dumb, or they are either the ones perpetuating it because they know that the base is dumb. And that's why they don't want America educated. If they continue to fall for this, it's the downfall of America. But the Democrats handled their business while we still have thousands of men in the Epstein files that probably won't see justice until we get a complete flipping of the Democrats. And I said all that to say, the husband of the lady you heard in the very beginning, he gets trotted out on Newsmax as an expert on sexual assault to talk junk about swallowing Swalwell. Now, mind you, this man loves to grab men by their dicks, and he's married. Take a listen to what the ladies have to say about him.
Matt Schlapp. Matt Schlapp is on Newsmax to talk about Eric Swalwell's resignation. And you might be thinking, Jennifer, why would they bring out Matt Schlapp? And I would say, yeah, I think this is really interesting. Pop this up. Conservative leader Matt Schlapp is accused of fondling a male campaign staffer in Georgia. Schlapp faces multiple accusations of groping and fondling from men, including one case that he settled for $480,000. Schlapp is the chairman of CPAC, the place that has all the conventions over with Viktor Orban, one of the biggest conservative conferences in the country. He denies the allegations. And then just in 2025, just last year, he was accused of groping another man.
Can y'all believe that? You trot this man out who has a history of groping men and then turning around, messing around with women. The nerve. The party of law and order. The party of I love the military. The party of I am going to do everything because the Lord says did it. Where was the Lord when he was grabbing somebody's penis? Hell, where was his wife with all that Christian signaling she did? Where was she at when I'm assuming the Lord told him to go grab that man's dick? I don't know. Maybe the Lord wanted him to see how big the dick was. I don't know. But folks, that is the contradiction between the two parties when people are always trying to tell you that there is no difference in the two parties. Now, granted, they are both controlled by financial forces. And we need to vote the Democrats out that are controlled by that. But make no mistake, there is a huge difference. There's a huge policy difference. And if the Democrats don't get in there and turn things around, we are going to continue to see white, rich, and powerful men run the nation into the ground. Next story, we're going to cover the one that makes me the most upset. January 6th. Now, January 6th should be a clear indicator to every single American that ever tried to call themselves, oh, I'm a fucking moderate. What the hell is that? You mean you are not for democracy if you're a moderate? Because the DOJ is about to drop all these cases against the people that rioted and insurrect the Capitol. Remember those people that pooped on the Capitol's desk? Well, justice is now pooping on America. Take a listen to this.
Justice Department moves to vacate seditious conspiracy convictions of Oath Keepers and Proud Boys in major January 6 cases. And let me just read to you guys some facts here. Juries had convicted these leaders of orchestrating violent plots to stop the peaceful transfer of power after Trump's 2020 election loss. Their actions include pepper spraying law enforcement, breaking windows, and tearing down fences at the Capitol. I want to just add here that one of them took a literal shit, feces, took down their pants and took a shit in the Capitol. These people are like, I love Trump because he hugs the flag. That's when I knew I really liked him. Shut up. And then the defendants won't face collateral consequences like being prohibited from owning a firearm because the convictions were vacated and the indictments permanently dismissed. The leaders cannot be retried for those charges. This whole lie that wealth trickles down, huge Republican lie. We're all for national security, huge fucking lie. We support the troops and we're waving flags when these men come back with rabid PTSD, amputees, and then you want to defund the VA hospital, and then you shit on any funding that will help these veterans who go off and fight these wars when your ass isn't going to fight them, when you're all draft dodgers and your kids aren't doing it. It's just disgusting. Republican politics are so incredibly disgusting because they are built on objective lies that their base is too stupid or too broken to realize. And then here we have more reporting from NBC News on the case. Officials wrote that vacating the 4 defendants' convictions would be, quote, in the interests of justice. In the executive branch's view, it is not in the interest of justice to continue to prosecute this case or the cases of other similarly situated defendants, officials wrote. Rail, who was seen on video from January 6, spraying officers with pepper spray, wrote in a post on X that he is, quote, beyond thrilled about the administration's filing. And remember that Trump started off his presidency with sweeping pardons to insurrectionists who went and did things like this. Because remember, listener, MAGA is the party of crime. It is the crime party, and it is the party of transferring wealth to the richest, sickest psychopaths among us. All of these rich guys that Trump is servicing, what are they doing with their money? Collecting more and more and more. And they're the ones that are taking your jobs, not the immigrants.
Folks, this makes me so mad. So mad. Because the very Republicans that claim they was about law and order are sitting here telling you that they're not. They're telling you they're not. And the ones who are rich, that claim to be fiscally conservative, that claim to talk about law and order and claim to love the military, they're telling you that they don't love them. They're telling you it was all a ruse, a facade, a way to get people to vote for them that are poor and dumb. And that's why they're suppressing education, people. The more educated a nation is, the more likely they are to not vote for centralized power in the government, which is what these fake ass Republicans used to tell you, that they love small government, but they really don't, especially when government is working for them, cutting taxes, increasing taxes on the middle class and poor, giving them breaks, kickbacks, and allowing them to get away with crimes that the average person can't get away with. And yet they keep trying to sell their dumb base that what's taking their jobs is immigrants and black people and DEI, when what's really coming from their job are the very people on the microphone telling you that these other entities are coming, as well as AI. So folks, let me know what you think. This is just ridiculous. I gotta say that Biden's DOJ dropped the ball. This is one of those instances where we can really and truly say that the previous administration, and not just Biden, but administrations before that, really dropped the ball in justice. Because we're seeing injustice. We're seeing an attack on the very capital that we call the United States Capitol. And what's happening is that should be the highest crime. And under most laws, it is the highest crime. But why are these predominantly white people allowed to get away with this, and a migrant who's trying to flee tyranny is hemmed up and in some cases killed, and hell, a regular Americans killed when hardly anybody in this riot died, and they should have been mowed down right on the back of the Capitol as you see them hanging off like fucking spider monkeys. But post your comments, let me know what you think. If you want to catch me live day trading, I go every single day. And so far, I am about 76 days green. And if you want to learn my system, please, by all means, if you want to learn my trading system, there is a link in the video description where you can get a one-on-one with me while I'm starting to ascend, folks. I've went up, fell down to the valley, took my lumps, and now I'm starting to slowly ascend to the top. And I would love for you guys to get in with me as I go. And until that next sexy as hell democracy video, I'll see you.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.